Almost 2 months without uploading. Yeah. So basically this is just a strip of 30 LED lights which is connected to an Arduino Nano, and then you can use that to plug it into your computer and basically do whatever you want on it. Now the main components in this are basically you have the LED lights obviously, but that's soldered onto a few wires which is connected using 6 pins onto the Arduino Nano. And finally then you have the mini USB which is connected to a computer, and maybe you can add in a few strands of hair. So basically the Arduino Nano is a mini computer. So the computer sends information to the Arduino Nano, and that microcontroller sends information to the lights, telling it what to do, lighting up in a certain pattern. Also, I only needed to solder 3 out of the 6 wires onto the LED strip, all of them which right now are too blurry to see. So you know how Independence Day was a month ago? Well, too bad since I made the sequence then and I didn't start making the video until yesterday, so you're going to be seeing more red, white, and blue. So in the first part of this sequence, there's an alternating pattern red, white, blue for each individual LED. How I did this was using the 3 colors red, white, and blue. First, I would have it wipe all the colors and turn them to red. Then, starting from the 3rd color, I would skip every 3 colors and turn that dot to blue. Finally, I would do the same thing except for the 2nd color. I would start there and then set every 3rd to white, and then you have a sequence. Next, I would use color wipe original and color wipe reverse and basically just wipe through all the colors forwards and backwards a few times. Finally, I made and used the thing called thirds. So first it would wipe through with a certain color until it hit the 3rd mark. Then it would switch to a different color until it hit the 2/3 mark, and finally with the last color all the way to the end. And I used red, white, and blue for this, so it also turned into France! The next thing I just played around with was just using color wipe and just making it wipe across a bunch of different colors. Now, before we get into the next one, we're going to have to talk a little about RGB, which stands for 3 colors, red, green, and blue. These 3 colors, when lit up correctly, can make up almost every color that you could care to see. The computer that you're watching this right now on is made up of tiny red, green, and blue lights. If you've ever spilled water on your computer screen, you may have noticed that you can see these tiny RGB lights. And that's because the water acts as like a magnifying glass right next to the computer screen, so you can see the individual specks that make up your device. And your entire screen is made up of these, but most of the time you don't even realize they're just made of 3 colors. So how we determine what colors to show up on the LED strip, we can use these 3 numbers RGB. Each is a number from 0 to 255. So there are 2 parts to this gradient thing. The first is the purple part. So purple is red plus blue. So in this case, I started from the first light and made red and blue 0. But for each next light, I would increase it by a certain amount until in the last one, each was 255. This would make an effect that made the purple brighter and brighter as you went on. The second part is transitioning from green to red. So for the first LED, I set green's RGB value to the highest, 255, and red's to the lowest. But as we went on with each LED light, green's value will decrease and red's will increase. This will create the effect of transitioning from green to red. The final sequence that I did was being able to take a sequence of notes and correspond them to each light on the LED strip and then play them in that order. In this case, I made it play Happy Birthday, because yes. So far, it doesn't have a rhythm yet, but I'm trying to see if I can add a microphone and play notes and have it light up in real time. That's the end of the video, I guess. Thanks for watching, but I'm probably going to forget something and have to make a follow-up video in the future. Yay.